Yeah.
Good, Roy. I feel like I'm in porn. Like, new age porn. We don't need to special.
I feel there's so many fucking chairs in this room. So you're here for the interview.
Podcast marketing meeting.
This is Jonatan documenting his thoughts.
This is me learning that I need to put words on everything I do because Roy proved that there's no one listening.
The only words you're gonna see in this video is Roy proved I was wrong.
No, he just proved. I didn't say I was wrong. I was wrong, but I didn't say it. Alright, here we go. Boom. It's been documented. It happened.
Yeah, I just wrote Jonatan is wrong. Anyway.
Oh my God.
So
I haven't asked some people, but like I always leave the podcast thinking, fuck, did I come off like an idiot? Because I don't really, you go very serious and I kind of try to keep making it funny. And I'm like going to myself, fuck, did I come off as an idiot? And then I don't know, so I thought I should start asking people.
no, I think you're always in the funnier.
I'm like the entertainment value. That's what I think it is.
And I'm just like I'm not funny.
You know what my wife said? She was like, you should consider just doing entertainment and leaving marketing. That's what she said to me.
I don't know.
That is so sweet. It's like, yeah, okay, say that again when you find a producer or some casting person who wants to cast me for a TV show or something.
Oh, really? But I wanna.
You know what else she said? She also said that people are complimenting people like friends of hers from UE stuff that never expected to listen to the podcast. Listen to the podcast, they were like, I love the podcast, it was really great. And then she's like, his voice is so great, blah, blah, blah. And then my wife goes, yeah, you have a really sexy, smooth voice. And I was like, why doesn't it work for you then when I'm like, hey baby, you want to do something? And she's like, no, I'm sleeping.
Maybe you should call her on the phone.
Yeah, I should call her. I should always call her, like be right near her and be like, hey baby, you want to do something?
Hey everyone, so we have a meeting right now with Jonatan on the other side here, say hi, about Strike Gold, and we're going to talk about marketing the podcast and everything, and we're actually going to document this entire meeting. So if you want to get the full recording, DM me and we might send it to you. We have a meeting right now, on the other side here, say hi.
It's really cool. I know you don't care because you don't watch television. You're just kind of like living off articles. But there's this show that came out called Final Space, okay? And it's a great show. It's like a great placeholder between like Rick and Morty and like waiting for new Rick and Morty episodes. This thing is really funny and you can watch it. So it's a cartoon, right?
Okay.
And I started saying, fuck, the guy who does the main voice is really funny, but I think he's a different actor, it's not him. So I went to research who he is. He's a YouTuber, was not very successful. He was like shitty, like he's been on YouTube for a long
You
time.
should put the camera here so we can see that. No, we just have to.
He's a YouTuber. No, but he's a YouTuber who's like not very successful. He grew his audience after a long time. And he took a project of a year to make like the first pilot of this show. Okay. The pilot went out, and then Conan O'Brien's people saw it, and then Conan O'Brien saw it, and then he signed them, and then they signed it for a whole season, and then it went on. It's on Netflix, and it's doing really well. And I love this guy.
Story.
No, I love this guy. He's like me. Like I make most of my comedic stuff by telling stories about my life. Like I kind of put all these funny stories or all these different perspectives and stories. He tells stories to the camera, and once someone started animating them, fuck my life. He's incredible. I posted this one that he did. I'm not gonna show it all, but he posted this one that he did. He's just telling the story about his dad and how when he was little they tried hot spicy peppers together.
Wow.
And
I think
he's hilarious. Like I was crying. I don't cry from shit. I like appreciate a good joke.
I think he was part of the If I Were You podcast once. But he joined it.
I posted this and my friends wrote that they thought it was me, like they thought it was my voice, and I was like,
so many people are just like you, but more successful. That's crazy.
yeah, I know, it's really no, but I told him he has a video where he goes and he's like, I've never been a winner. I've been a thank you for participating my whole life, and he's like, and now finally I have this win, and he goes, it's so much fucking sweeter. I've been waiting my whole life for a win. He's like, I've always been the bronze or the nickel. Rubbing my nickel. Like he goes, but now I'm a gold. And he's like, yeah. And he goes, he loses shit. It's so great. I want to like.
You want to hug him?
No, I'm slightly envious, but also really happy for him. Like there's this level when you get into this thing where you understand what kind of person you are. I'm basically the starving artist who's either gonna make it or die, alone in the corner, starving. Just this body. I can't live without food. So when I watch this guy and I watch him succeed, I just go, awesome, like really cool. Anyways, this video is absolutely hilarious.
So I'm gonna blow your fucking mind with what I do.
Oh, by the way, I didn't get a lot of responses on.
By the way, I quit.
No, by the way, I'm out. No, I didn't get a lot of responses on the on LinkedIn, but I was happy to put it there. I think it needs to be.
Yeah. So wait, today we're
And
gonna.
also, I'm not sure, by the way, I really want to hear your opinion on this. The type of content I put on LinkedIn is not a LinkedIn type of content. I put me with the whole swirl of like eyebrow thing.
Yeah, it doesn't work on LinkedIn.
I don't know if that's true. I want to know like if that's true or not. Maybe it's unique enough.
No, it's not gonna fly on LinkedIn. No, I know. I would never say that. No, that's a mistake. I'm not gonna say that.
Because there's two sides of it. There's either it's not something you see there, people are gonna love it, or there's the other side, people are gonna see it and they're gonna be like, oh, this is weird, why station?
Yeah. So.
I don't know, but I was really happy. I hate corporate shit. Like it hurts me.
No,
So it felt really good for me to do, but again, it's stuff for the podcast, so I don't know what's right to do.
So we're gonna add a few things to it. Just sent you.
I got a million things to talk to you about all the time.
Because we don't hang out much.
Only 10%. No, only 5% is podcast.
Because we don't hang out that much.
I know. Because you're a very busy man.
Yeah, so much.
I've talked to several people about you and my dad. Both you people work so hard that you lose all the stuff you work for. That's my opinion.
I just work to die young. That's what I
Yeah. I just want that.
I just want enough stress in my life. I would die young.
I just want people like
I don't want to be one of those guys. Oh, he was so healthy. He was jogging every morning. He died when he ran. You know, I think running is the thing that's like compared to
you die and exercise. No, that's gonna happen to me. I've been going to gym. Some people go to gym to live. I go to gym to die.
No, it's like you never see this article about this guy used to slap his face like so much like junk food and he died. But you always get that 30-year-old guy who jogged on the
and he just
yeah,
it's just
yeah, and I'm like, dude, bro, like
that's not exercise.
That's like extreme sports.
It's killing more people than you know.
Yeah.
Exercising is killing more people than you know.
Yeah. And I want to do episode next.
Dude, there's all this interesting shit I also collect for you when I talk to people. Like, remember we were talking about Facebook, and like what's gonna happen to Facebook, and you were like, Facebook community is still going, it's don't blame the thing. And then we had like a brief second where we said PPC Google ads, and then that's kind of like, not the focus.
Yeah.
So I was talking to a friend, and in Quality Store, which is a boutique exhibition or whatever, they actually are now about, I would say like 50-50. No, I'd say a little bit more than Facebook, but 50-50 they say that the profits come from Google.
Google still works.
Yeah, it still works.
It's just very expensive.
And
I just think the strategy is to win over it will be like harder and harder.
GDM, that's what they're like. They're like GDM is working strong.
Okay.
Alright, sorry, I'm all over this.
Okay.
Go.
Do you see what I shared with you?
Where?
I just shared with you. It's a Google Doc.
I think I have a block on you.
Makes so much sense.
Here we go. Is it in the podcast folder?
Do you have a podcast folder?
Yeah, we have a podcast folder. I wouldn't make a folder. It's a folder from the beginning. Main goal down the episodes. 6 months. you say so. I don't think the analytics. I think the analytics are fucked at Anchor.
Why?
Because like when I refresh, I see numbers change that shouldn't be changing.
I think you should actually move away from posting about this.
I would like to do that. Just
You don't want to be afraid.
I definitely don't want to. But at the same time, I'm cool if we need to pay for it. But I would like to know that we're getting something that has good analytics and helps us really grow it. Because on Anchor, look. So right now, if I refresh this, right now we have 257 plays.
Yeah, but that's what I saw yesterday as well.
Yeah. So so I refresh it, right? Yeah, this was one of my mistakes, signing up through Facebook because I wanted to be able to send you the Gmail, and then I got like what's happening? Let me in, log in. Anyways, no, but I'll see, like, let's say it says 50 people listened on Spotify, 20 people listened on this, and then I'll refresh it, and then it will go, no, and then Spotify will go down 2 numbers, and something else will go up, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
No, but show me.
What's happening?
Oh.
Kick this off. I heard what we said. Fuck. Why are you doing this thing? Just let me in. We're in a different window. We're in here, we're naked. Allow access. Got it. Okay, so now it's 267. Alright. So what I was talking about is this thing here. Sometimes the numbers will go up and down. Like, I don't know if it did it now, but
For me, what's weird is that we have 65 listeners on Anchor.
why is that weird?
Who fucking uses Anchor to find podcasts?
I think people.
I'm sorry, Gary Vee. Nobody uses it.
No, but I don't know. No, I'm guessing they're pushing it to their people or whatever.
The thing is that
I don't like these analytics at all. This doesn't look normal. Daily. It's our peak.
Alright, we just think that's the morning time. Oh, it's not that. We should have something else.
I don't know what kind of visuals we have here, but I'm kind of like totally.
So we can use
data.
Simplecast. So it just costs $12 a month, something like that, and we get it with normal analytics.
Okay.
I'm actually paying for the smart podcast player for Patch3 now. I'm gonna show you something that I've done that you don't know that I did. But I'm being bad.
I just addressed the fourth wall over there.
Check this out.
Oh, I saw a video with you and Hill.
Wait, what is this? What is this, Roy? What did you do? What did you do? No, nothing, just little me. What did you do? So I opened a podcast page on my website.
Cool.
And this has our episodes on it.
Nice.
And this is like the Patch3 smart.
You can't flip it, so one's on top.
I can do this and just do that.
Stab.
But I want the latest one to be on top.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you?
So, and then I had these ones which I went on and stole from another website. I'm not gonna say which one.
Cool.
Anyway, so I'm actually I'm fucking paying $12 a month for this.
And that can't help us?
No.
Why did you pay for the other one and then we could
Because the template that we so I originally bought this for our website, but the template that we use is fucking it up. It's really fucked up on that template. Because the pages, the way it's structured is that you have a sidebar on the page.
Yeah.
And then what happens is that the player is like, well, squished it. It doesn't have that glorious
Do you want me to ask someone to fix it? Like, I have a front-end developer friend who would do it for me.
It's okay, no, we can. But then we're gonna do the same thing on our website.
I don't know.
No,
What's important to me is that we have data.
So it's Simplecast. But like everybody said, we should either use Simplecast or something like that.
It's funny that everyone who knows me would be very surprised to hear me say that. If you
Like
we need data.
when you ask for
Numbers.
help in WordPress, are you afraid that your week's pals are gonna fucking kick your ass?
No, not at all. I think they're all using WordPress too. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
So this video was brought to you by
Sponsored
Wix.
by- no, I don't think.
It wasn't sponsored by Wix, by the way.
I don't know. If Wix wants to build me a website for our podcast, that would be awesome.
You can actually do one of the funny pre-roll YouTube videos that you do now,
What do you mean?
where they have like different people saying how they build their website.
Yeah.
The one
But
where
they have like a celebrity build their website now. That's their new thing.
hey, you have a podcast, man. You're on your way there.
That's right.
If you have yet to subscribe to it. Anyway, so okay, let's get. We have exactly till 1 o'clock, right? Because we had 2 hours. So which means that we already burned fucking half an hour on our bullshit things. I hate that.
I love it. I love it because I'm, what's it called?
Wait, wait, okay, let's go back. Let's start focusing. So stop it. Okay, cool. Anyway, so first page is goals. Okay, so I want to reach. I think it's actually a really low number, but I want to reach 1,500 downloads per episode.
Per episode.
In 6 months.
Okay.
If you go look at the tabs down, you see like that's a whole other bunch of shitty.
Holy shit, there's a lot of stuff down there.
Yeah.
Fuck my life. Alright.
Okay. So basically, what I want us to measure is like number of episodes, list in general. Are you with me in the same table?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
And goals, right?
Yeah. So we're gonna do July, August, etc. month by month. Cool. Next thing is that I want us to downloads per episode, the average, because we have the number.
Do you have the number? Because Anchor
We start right now. We start with what we have with Anchor. We move to Simplecast, and then we just had an event saying we move to Simplecast. So if the numbers will be tweaked, we'll know why.
Do you know right now, let's say for example, what's happening on Apple and how many subscriptions we have?
No, Apple doesn't give you that information. Also, like let's be honest, we don't have enough numbers in. We have like 3 episodes out, and Apple doesn't give you if you don't have enough data. And by the way, like almost nobody tells you how many subscribers you have. So let's do a task tab here for a second. You know what? Like a to-do list. So I think that, and then I'll move it to my Monday or whatever. So research.
There are some listeners on the newest episode. 7 plays as far as they go.
So research, podcast analytics, right? We need to understand what are our options, right?
See, here, dude, this is a perfect example. See, all of a sudden you have a little bump here, right? I just opened it. Oh, motherfucker, I closed it. I just opened it here. I opened on a different browser. It didn't have anything there. God damn you, Anchor.
Let me Gary.
I think I want to move to Zcast just so I can call Hill and be like, this is not working. And he'll be like, oh, look it up.
I think maybe if we would have done Zcast from the beginning, it would have been better.
Yeah?
Alright, I think so.
Yeah, I'm guessing that they have more experience than Anchor. I don't even know how long.
Okay,
Just
software
software.
number of subscribers. Cool. Subscribers. So that's on our to-do list for now. I'm gonna start adding shit to it as we go in the meeting. So to do research, podcast analytics, what are our options, right? And choose one.
How do you know that that's a good number? Or what's a good number?
What? For what? The
For-
1,500?
yeah.
So basically, I think Noah Chicken had 100,000 per episode goal by the end of his first year. So what I actually did is I tried to think about like, he started with his list with like 33 whatever 5,000 people, and I was thinking about his reach, and then I was thinking about demographics and how long it would take us to get there. So I said 100,000. It's not gonna work with way too much for what I think we can do like in the first year with the numbers that we have now. So I just went very conservative and I said 1,500.
Okay, cool.
Like there was more of a thought process.
No, I'm sure there was.
So I was basically saying, okay, if we can get like 100,000 people per episode, and he's putting tons of resources into it, then I think that my main goal for our first year would be something like 10,000 listeners per episode. That would be like a top. And then I also thought about, I remember the guys from other Israeli podcasts, and they were getting a few thousands of hits per episode. I think most of them got over the 10,000 episodes.
Alright, so I just need to see like the channels of distribution.
I was on the weekend with Leo and the guys, and I think he's every episode that he has hits like a few tens of thousands of listens. So I was thinking like we should be totally able to do it, and I think 1,500 is actually quite conservative, especially when we're not really limited to the Israeli market.
Sure.
So I actually think that would be like nice for us because none of us is like heavy on this yet, but I think that's a very conservative number. It's really actually not high at all, and it's like 6 months. And basically what I want to track is episode listen in general month by month, download per episode average month by month, how many net new listeners we have.
Yeah.
Then I want to get the total downloads. And then the two things that I want to start focusing more is reviews and subscribers. So I think Simplecast will give us like the number of how many subscribers we have, but what we actually want to start by like really boosting is number of reviews and rankings. Right?
Or I feel like I just need a body of text ready for any person who sends me a
Yeah, so I'm gonna add this
please
stuff.
review it, please this.
So the two things that I really want us to cover in the time that we have, and we don't have a lot of time. Wait, I'm gonna because I reshifted like the tabs here. So you can see that there's like an you can see that now at the bottom we have goals, episode checklist, promotion plan, social strategy, and to-do list. Those are like the first ones. See it at the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
So episode checklist, go to that. What I want to do is that I want to do a checklist that after every episode we make sure we have all that content that we need. Because every time that I actually go and start publishing and marketing, I think about all the amazing content we could have added.
Yeah.
And to promote it. Because right now we're doing like the Photoshop thing, which is like nice, but it's not really good. Like it's good.
Yeah,
it's like a 1 day thing. It's like this is like you launch and then you can. It's like always the same image. It's super boring. My Instagram is like boring.
Someone actually, there's a thing on Anchor that says, would you like to add a unique image for each episode?
Yeah, so we can.
So I'm kind of like, maybe I should shoot out a unique image. Doesn't take that long to do. I mean, we take the same structure of the logo and just throw a different image on it that has to do with stripe and gold and that stuff.
We can. Okay, so we can do that. So
I actually have like several images that I tried that I have saved.
my question is in terms of the branding for the podcast itself. Don't you want it to be super recognizable? You have to show it. You know what it is. You know what it is. Do you have? I think.
Yeah, but shouldn't the recognizing logo be the logo?
No, because it's not distinguished.
Or what you did with your thing, with your branding, where you make it like the green filter. You just choose a filter and like a gold.
No, I would actually keep it consistent.
The same image. I kind of feel like bored with that image. I can't even feel bored with the header of the website. I know it sounds stupid, but like, because there's not enough people who've seen it that I can feel that they're getting bored with it.
Yeah, but this is. I think it's not like we need the podcast to be recognizable. When you think about the podcast that you love or the podcast everybody knows, it has one image everybody are familiar with. And if you change it from podcast to podcast, especially if we don't have the marketing power to just tablet, because eventually this is another podcast by itself. But we don't have enough brand power that we can start tweaking it and it will be recognizable. You know what I mean?
I'm like half and half on it. I agree with you in the sense of like let's move forward and it's cool, but like my head says the people who are watching it now are people who know us. Probably.
Nobody cares about it.
No. But the people who are watching it know us. So if they're seeing on our social media and our stuff another episode.
Yeah, but I want to skip those people right now.
No, I get that. But I'm just saying, like, if I had those people, they're still gonna recognize the strike goal because they're gonna see it.
Yeah, but we want to broaden that audience.
Alright.
Not the other way around. Well, it's not the other way around. It's
No, I get it. But we want everyone to listen to more people.
Yeah,
We don't.
like the thing I'm most concerned about is all the feedback or feel good that we have is basically people we know, and we have not made it to reach new audiences yet. Though we're gonna talk about this, which I think actually create a new tab for this, which is hundreds. Because I have some cool things to tell you about. Okay. So episode check-ins. Let's go over this for a second, and let's
take a selfie.
So what I saw, the pictures you did of us, though I better not use on my Instagram, by the way.
I couldn't reuse it because it was only on my Instagram.
Yeah. So, but what I saw is that it got better reactions and everything else we did, and also I was feeling like this could actually be changed from episode to episode. And then I went on to research like what Hero does and all the other people who actually have like followers and like build a brand, and they all use the images of them, and if they have interviewees and all that.
Yeah.
So I've been taking a selfie every time. We're just posting a picture of us or the person who's with us. That the impact of that on social is much better than the same image over and over again. So we have to finish every episode with like we have to make sure we have a selfie with us. So we like carry on our selfies. I know we have to do a about selfies.
I wish you had from episode 1 here on the list, so that we mark what we have.
But we didn't do any of those yet.
No, we had selfie in one of them.
No, we added only in the third one.
Yeah.
Which we used it.
And what else do we have here? List of mentions. That was in the first one. You made a list that was actually really cool. It was the list that I kind of summed up the podcast. I was like, so let's get this straight. So we have 4 basic things.
No, the list of mention is like the one we did in the third episode.
Yeah, so we had that in the third episode.
So I will do like main points.
I feel like we're gonna need to take a piece of paper during the thing and write down, like scribble shit down.
I would.
Is that like no? Because I listened to the whole thing again and I'm editing it, which is again takes like an hour plus to re-edit like the whole thing because I have to listen and piece it together. I don't think you have a chance to listen to the whole thing again after. I don't know if you do. But
I try to.
Yeah, but it's like it's blowing a whole hour on just re-listening to the thing.
And also like, I think it makes us too judgmental. Like as we go, it will make us too judgmental of things that we do to the source.
No, my thing is that when I send it to you, I want you to listen only and make sure I didn't fuck up and edit somewhere.
Yeah.
Because I'm like going, oh god, I listened to this a couple of times, so I'm not sure if I can.
Okay, so take a selfie. Like what I think we can do is that we can like as we go, we can have like a piece of paper when we mention something, we can just write it what we mentioned.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I love so actually this is like to publish the posting. So the main point summary, I really like that. In this episode we talked about, etc. So what we can actually do is add a summary or insights.
That's when I'm editing, I can go through it.
Okay. So you know what I was thinking was like, what
what?
happened?
You just like copy pasted it 3 times.
So episode points, right? I would do both. Wait, episode points and episode insights. But this is for here. I'll explain this in a moment. So after the recording, take a selfie, list like the mentions we did. I think if you want to list the mentions after when you edit, or do you want to try and do it as we go?
What is this word?
What?
Marketing on 13. Create.
Social media update. We're gonna get to it. Let's
Okay.
after record. Take a selfie, list mentions, episode points. Want to write what we talked about. So that's also like what we do in the teaser, not the teaser. What was the thing? When we do the intro. So it's basically. So we should take those points, or like remember we talked about how social media influences your kid.
I know this is weird, but I kind of want to add another column that says responsibility and who it goes to. Like you're gonna do the live Instagram, I'm assuming.
We can do both, yeah, whatever.
No, just want like, and let's say it would be on me to give you the episode. No, on episode points, you'll have that's the. If you listen to the first 3 seconds of the podcast, you have that.
No, but we miss things on it. I think that after every episode we need to keep like 15 minutes. We sit down, we just jot the things.
Alright.
Doesn't have to be copywriting. It just has to be what it was.
Yeah,
Because like I totally forgot about the Instagram. The guy with the
thing.
cards
Yeah,
and shoes.
I knew I had to put that in there because it's a reference to another person. I think he'd be happy also to have that.
Yeah, right. So I forgot about it. Like totally. So take a selfie. For instance, episode points, which like in this episode we talked about. Later we can also do areas of responsibility. I think it's a good idea. Create on this episode video. So I will do. It's not only the Instagram live because I want us to be able to use it for Facebook as well. So I actually want
to make a trailer.
Yeah. So I would want to do like a.
Who's gonna edit that?
No, we just do one shot. We just put in the camera.
We do the same as the intro. We can even literally do it with the mic while we're doing the recording.
I would do it more chill, like because in the intro is always like, hey, you should listen to the next 10 seconds of the episode, versus the Facebook thing is like, hey, you should click on this link. So when we do the intro, we do like it's fun. I love the intros. The intros that we have is the part that I love the most about every podcast. I think that it's super fun. Like, you should put your job in that was fun. Anyway, well on Facebook you should take a short video saying, hey, this is Jonatan and Roy. New episode of Strike Gold is up, and this episode we discuss A, B, C, and D. Right? Go to the link, click on it. Because then it will be native to the platform.
Okay.
So I would be like a
style-wise, would you do that in
my
style or your style? Looking at the way that I'm doing videos that present the.
I'm talking wide shot, not a selfie.
No, of course. But even a wide shot, you can do a wide shot on Snapchat, no filters and stuff.
No, I'll do it without filters.
No filter, very clean, very organized.
Like because we don't have time. No.
Okay.
No.
It's gonna take time. All this stuff.
No, but it's not a selfie. It's like we're gonna do it through regular video. We're gonna upload it.
Yeah, but why? Like it's just you put it on, you do this, and you talk. You put it down, and you just talk, and the filter will be on both of us. But I'm wondering style-wise if it's correct or not.
No.
Because you were like, the whole idea came out from you saying, jump and do it your way. Like introduce it.
Yeah, I think that I think later on we do have to have each one his own social updates and tell about it the way he does it because it has to correlate. But I think that we need to have something here which is like strict.
I know, that's why I'm asking you. That's why I'm trying to define it now.
This doesn't oppose to the other one. You can do yours and we can do this.
Okay.
Like I'll Facebook.
Like I almost want a video where you're sitting there and saying, on this episode, and then I walk into frame and I have a filter on me of a cat, and I go, and then like whatever voice manipulation does, and this and this and this. And
we can do that.
I don't know how we can, but generally.
Yeah. The thing is that I think it has a lot of post production, which I want.
Not all in Snapchat shit.
Yeah, but then it needs to be have that both places like this very close versus like showing the room.
We can do sideways video on. I do my kids and stuff. Anyways,
yeah, but it's still very, very close. It's not like a room vibe, it's a selfie vibe.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go over the after recording. Take a selfie, list mentions, episode points, create on.
I just need to move a little closer to you and then Jenny will recognize you.
Actually, you should take a picture of this meeting as well. You can use it later.
I should do it like be lined up. Maybe I should do it like this, right?
No, so I wanna.
See, you were a cat just for 2 seconds. See?
I was a cat for a second.
You are a cat.
But I want this version.
With me as a cat, with you not?
No, we're just on the side, not standing.
I don't define my hair, my head defines me. Come on, focus. Snapchat, be a little more professional.
Up your game, Snapchat. Have your shit.
Get your shit in order.
Instagram would have done it by now.
Is that not weird to you that Instagram filters are the worst of all the filters that there are?
No.
Facebook has much better filters, like much better filters.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. It's kind of friction.
It's really weird.
Great. Focus. So create on this episode video, main point summary, so we'll have later on for the blog post, Facebook, Instagram, intro video. Because we need to do the intro video both for Instagram, Square, and IG story. Cool?
What is this? Oh, wait, one second. Facebook and IG story intro video. Wouldn't all these be length?
No.
Why not?
Because no, like
That Facebook, people see most of the stuff on their mobile. They take up more of their screens, right?
No, but
Instagram Square, you can make it longer, and that's fine. And then
it looks bad. It just looks bad. No, Instagram, the one with the people take it. We have a square which half of it is black, and then we have it in the center.
On Facebook, you mean?
Yeah, I don't Facebook. Or no,
but that's only on desktop. When you're looking at your mobile, it's full screen video.
Yeah, but most of our audiences are going to watch it through desktop. That's what I think. They're going to discuss.
Also, all these be sideways. But what is IG story gonna? How's that gonna help?
So
IG story doesn't do sideways.
No, so IG story needs to be like a different video, basically.
IG story is it's live.
Yeah, but again, I want to use it as a different story for social media later. We're gonna the next tab is about social media strategy. We need to create a bunch of content that we can promote the episode in the same way over time. Right? So we need to have like a few different content pieces. So the way I see it is that we have the macro content, which is like the podcast, and then we need to repurpose part of it for social media for overtime. Because right now what we have is like, hey, there's a new episode out, and that's it. The promotion is dead. So nobody sees the one post. And we need to create content that goes along like a week until the next episode is out. And we can't keep doing like episodes out with the same piece of image. It's boring, it's not effective. So what I want to do is that by the end of the episode, before we leave the studio, I want us to have like a bunch of things we can reuse later on. So if you have an Instagram story, what this episode is about, stuff like that.
It's a weird thing. The most important thing to me, theoretically discussed, besides obviously the promotion stuff, the most important thing to me is the structure of what we do once we go in that room. Physically time what happens. First 5 minutes we do this, this and this and this and this.
Oh yeah.
Even how we break down the way that we're talking, right, is the most important thing to me. I know this sounds weird. Like,
no, it's not. It makes total sense
of what needs to happen once we go in the room. Because again, as I said to you the last episode, I was like, this is gonna be a lot of editing and a lot of stuff, and compared to the third episode where everything went like smooth.
Because we also never interviewed anyone. That's number one. And
yeah, but I feel like if we would have thought it through before.
Yeah, we didn't think any of that.
Yeah, we just grabbed someone and said, come in the room.
We had fun because it felt the vibe was good.
No, I get that, but I'm just saying like
I 100% I agree.
So I kind of want to know like how do we structure it? How do we, like if you're doing right now, if I was editing a video for YouTube and I knew that I had the first 5 seconds to make the pitch and then I had the rest of the time to kind of talk about this and the last I want to remind you about the product. Like I want to break it down like what it is. So we
for the podcast or for the video or for the content we get out of
all the content that has to be created in that room.
Okay, so this is what I'm trying to break down after recording. So
like I don't know if all these things can be done within that.
We need to get the raw materials out of the room. So we can also, by the way, we can do the video outside. We can do it on the benches, whatever. This has to happen before we leave Rise.
Yeah.
Before we walk out of that 4th floor. Before we know.
List of mentions, no problem. Episode points, no problem. Creating on this episode video. Okay, we gotta figure out when that and how that was the structure of that video. Main point summary, that's not a problem. That's when we're editing, I'll send you over, we'll have it somewhere else.
So you want to do it to publish instead of after recording? Summary draft, which is basically let's try and keep doing.
That's basic. I kind of want you to do comments on these things. Like so, this and compare main point summary draft compared to episode points. What's the difference? Like I want to be able to leave here and be able to look at this later.
Yeah, it should be the same thing.
So then why do we have it twice?
We should have it twice.
Okay.
I would
just take one out. I don't need a list of like 45 things. I just need to have it.
We just need to have like a yes, that's it.
IG story intro video You know?
It's not different than this one.
I would leave. Yeah, I guess I would. It's only difference because we have to do it in vertical. Unless we just.
No, because but the IG no, it's not only that because Facebook or Instagram square video, it should be like a room video versus Instagram story, which should definitely be this together. It's a different format.
Okay.
You have to distinguish between video is video versus what will be naked to the platform.
No, I get that. I agree with you. I'm just thinking how much we can actually do after we do. Like after recording, we're like kind of like, whew.
No,
it's like
it's like the intro because we know we have to do the intro. We're focused on it. You know what I mean? We do the intro, then we do the.
Okay.
You know what? That's. We go through the checklist. The same way we added the intro, the same thing. We just.
No, I get it, but the intro
like a machine.
We understand the.
There's no emotions in the podcast room.
No, but I get that. But we understand.
No crying in the podcast room.
A little bit of crying. No.
Inside, like men do.
No, I'm just thinking we just need to have a format. So, okay, fine. I'm sure once we do it the first time.
Yeah. Format per.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but first let's list them all, and then we'll go deeper.
Okay, to publish. That was the show notes format.
Wait, after recording, do we need anything else after recording?
No.
Anything else that we can use for marketing later on?
I mean, you have a lot of tabs here. You even have one that said email somewhere.
Wait, IG story. I want to do us doing the podcast intro, which is basically I want to remember that when we do the intro, like the last time when you record the intro and I did the story, I want to do that as well. So just like remind me to do that. What else can we take out of it? Sound wise,
Again, I tell you, when I think of the best story videos I see for our podcast, it's The Verge. When The Verge is announcing something about their podcast, not that I go listen to their podcast, but when I see their video content for it, they have that squiggly line that moves. I don't know how to do that.
We didn't.
And then
I saw a friend that knew it yesterday.
and then also on top of that, so you would do like we would record a certain amount of seconds of like the microphone, and maybe just like mouth coming into frame, like in today's episode, like that.
So right.
Yeah. And then just a couple of seconds of like mouth, and then we could kind of like add that squiggly line and then record whatever we want later. We don't have to do it every time.
Yeah, we just
take a clip of the audio and throw it on top. And so you did that in one of your stories. You took like an intro and you put it on the thing.
I just hit play on the podcast.
Well, you had no noise background noise.
No, because when I did
I get it.
I did video recording.
Nice. Very fucking. Wait. But how did you record the?
Yeah, you know you can record your video screen on your iPhone.
What? Ah, yeah. Okay.
So I just did that.
Wait, you recorded it on your iPhone? I can record on my computer. Well, you have an app.
What I did is.
How did you record a screen? What does that mean? What? I don't have that.
Yes. Is your operating system up to date?
I don't really know. I have no idea. What the fuck
Do you have a notes app on your phone?
I have notes. What? What do you? No, I saw you do something on your computer one time and I was pissed.
No, that's QuickTime.
Yeah, that I know. No, I was talking about you change it to dark view or whatever.
But that's something I'm using the Mojave whatever.
How do I beta?
Yeah.
How do I add shit to that? I forgot.
Go to general settings, control center.
Control.
Let's focus again. Wait.
Oh, record screen. Holy shit. There's so much stuff I'm gonna do now with that. Voice memos, some notes, some other shit. Guided access? I don't know what that is. I'll have it.
What? Wait, let's focus, man. We have 1 more hour. So
Alright, I'm with you.
No, you're not.
I'm totally with you.
You're literally sitting in front of me and you're with your phone.
That's how people sit nowadays, man. Fuck yeah! Okay.
Is it? I'm on Facebook right now, so, you know. Okay, so
Got 7 likes on that LinkedIn.
okay, so take a selfie. Let's mention I just don't intro video. What else can we do there?
Can we go back to it when we see the other marketing like channels you want to go into?
Yeah.
Because I saw email down here and I got a little bit of a heart attack. I'm doing
No. The
Maybe
promotion
not.
the promotion panel set everything up. Don't worry, you see. So to publish, what do we need to have before we publish? We need to have episode show note format because I think the last one we did for the 3rd episode was pretty good. But I think we really need to nail down what's the structure of the show note for the blog. In this episode, we talk about 2 lines. We talk about whatever. Then we have the player. You can also listen to Spotify, iTunes, whatever. And then we have like in this episode, we talk about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as a list. We also mentioned blah 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 blah. Now, what I think we're missing, and I think that's the test that I want to do in the next episode on my social media, is that I think that when we talk about is not as interesting as if we would say what I learned from this episode. My main takeaways from this episode are what I've noticed.
I get what you're saying, but
I just kind of hate.
I
I kind of hate that now there's a video of me doing this as if I'm the person who does this.
Yeah, that's what you do all the time.
Yeah.
No, but for
we call you finger tapping and only Roy.
We call you like the
Roy finger tapping and only Roy for watching. Anyway, so what I'm saying is
I get it. I thought that it would be more like would you like to find out about, or I actually think most of the names of the episodes I had a question mark in the beginning, and the new one, the 3rd one, I didn't do that, and then I saw it later and I was like, oh, that might have been a mistake. I think the format of the names was where is it? Put it up.
No,
there's no question mark. No, it's just like
on neither one of them.
But I
It's
kinda,
only the second one had a question.
yeah, I felt like maybe that was what I should have done. Like it should always be like a question, like, do you want your social to da da da? Do you think that their rivalries will help push your thing forward?
Oh yeah,
I
I
think
like
this and
that.
this
I
and
like that.
So that's what I kind of feel like you need for your thing. It's like, what are the effects? Like just asking questions rather than saying what we learned. Sometimes it's fun to say what we learned. Like if I felt like I learned something from you in that podcast, and I'll be like, the episode that Jonathan learns, and
But I think when you give an insight on what you learn, people want to learn more from it versus when you ask the question. Because the questions.
You're saying the end benefit is what I learned, and
yeah. I was thinking about it.
But isn't it more about bringing people in by asking the question than like, do you want to see the effects of blah 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 on your social? Do you need to see this?
No, because I'll tell you what. Think about it. When let's say that I'm recommending.
Also, that it could be an interesting thing that because you're writing the content and it's like blatantly obvious that I'm not writing the content, you could actually write it as if you're writing it about like stuff like go. Today I schooled Jonathan and he'll never know that I wrote it. Like that kind of thing.
Didn't notice they always read me
off.
off.
Today Jonathan thinks he knows what he's talking about this, but actually I teach him.
No, it's actually
he'll never know I wrote this.
Today on my personal podcast.
On Roy Povarchik and that other guy.
You go to the podcast and you see the headline is now Roy Povarchik's show.
With guest star. With what was he called? Co-host.
And his sidekick.
His sidekick.
The Robin of the podcast.
Exactly, the Robin. That would be funny though, like that kind of.
Wait, let's listen. We don't have much time. Let's focus. I'm sorry.
Like, I'm a creative thing. I don't really go.
Wait. So here's what my take is, and I thought about this because I saw what it affected me on different podcasts. It's the same thing when you recommend a book. Think about it when you recommend, I don't know, a TV show, right? Did you see Wild Wild Country, for example? I know. It's
fuck me, man. You need to rewatching your shows.
No, have you seen Wild Wild Country?
A long time ago.
Okay, never mind.
Documentary.
Yeah, I'm just looking for something.
Okay, you're saying
what
you're
saying. Like if you would say, if I would pitch it to you by saying like, hey, would you like to know what happens when Osho gets into the U.S.? You'll be like, no.
No.
But when it'd be like, hey, you want to hear a crazy story about this person, this cult who invaded the U.S., turned the life of 1,000 people miserable, and actually won democracy with its own rule until democracy proven that it only works when it's actually have like dictatorship.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So when you think about it, when you say like, when I say, you know what really changed my life? I read this book about how to launch your product, and I learned from that book. That's where I learned how to do my email sequencing and how to like push people through psychological triggers. And so that's interesting. That's what you want to go and read. You don't want to just say, hey, do you want to learn how to do funnels? You're like, yeah, but you're never going to take action on it.
No, okay. I'm with you.
So having the main takeaways. So I think that here what we need to do is like episode show notes should be like 2 lines intro, player, listen on, main takeaways, mention. Okay, so each episode now will be 2 lines intro, the player, listen on, list like Spotify, etc. Main takeaways from this episode and mention shoutouts. Good?
Mention shoutouts should obviously be links.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, create social media updates. We're going to go later on to talk about what social media updates need to be created. Okay? So I'm just like, this is a done or not done, that's it. Okay, so we need to find 4 to 5 quotes from the episode. Did you see the one I did for you? No, you did not. You didn't check that shit. You're going to ask.
No, I think I did, but then I was just like, okay, and move on.
What, the quote thing? This looks really good. Well, it doesn't look good, but yeah.
No, I get it. I didn't see it.
And so I think like having like those to promote the podcast for other weeks is really good.
You're missing the thing?
You're missing the thing.
Just saying, you're missing the thing. And I'm the dyslexic one. That's all I know how to do. I just go in article 1.
like a harvest review.
That's what I do.
Hey, I read your theory about the Big Bang. Sounds interesting. You missed the quote though.
You didn't have one of these, so it was 0.
It's like a gift using this because you don't have to do it.
Yeah, I don't know what this is on the keyboard, but do these.
Jonatan D's con. That's gonna be your new podcast name.
These?
Yeah, because nobody will know.
No one knows what these are.
Audio.
What is these?
What is these? So find 4 or 5 quotes on the episode. Episode insights is actually for the show. So we need to have episode insights for the show notes. Do you want to take it off as an item? Because we already have that in the show notes.
No, we need it here. It's fine in here. That's why it's being used.
So we actually need to have this before the show notes format. Because once we get to the podcast. Okay, fine. Edit Instagram Live into short IGTV videos. Because the IGTV for us right now is not an hour long.
Do you want to do IGTV or stories? And stories. Look at you. Space.
Let's have like 5 stories. And ideally, by the way, I would, now the problem is that we never answer a question from the beginning to an end in a cohesive way. Because what I would actually do is if there's like a question and answer, like 15, 10 minutes video, I would actually post that video to YouTube based on the answer we have. The question we answer.
We could change the format and how we do things in the actual thing, because I'd like to do that.
Yeah, okay. So,
because like I don't want any of our answers to go past a certain point.
Yeah, so ideally Q&A video. So I write ideally Q&A video, and we're gonna talk about the format in a second because I agree. What I hate the most about the podcast right now is that we give a question, we go for an hour, and then
about
about
whatever, and then
2 minutes it's like, oh, by the way, we should do this.
Yeah,
it's in your settings. Change that. Yeah, and also that it makes the show really cluttered with shit before we actually get into value. And I feel like there's more fun than value.
I think it's a way that we should format it as question, and then the answer should be a mixture of story plus answer.
But it has to
within a certain amount of time.
Yeah, but we
everything needs to be. That's why I put the thing on.
Yeah.
Like I put the thing on time so that when we're recording, we can see the time.
Yeah.
I think it just needs to be like we
Yeah.
have.
And before we move in, we have to make sure that we finalize and actually answer the question. That we have that if somebody would listen, they would actually at the end of it, before we go to the next part, they actually got an answer they can act on.
So it's kind of like, did we rate this or did we actually get to the answer?
Yeah. Okay, but let's talk about the format in a second. What else do we need to have the show going? Okay, I think most of the things next would be like on the social media strategy side.
Okay, let's go. For anything, we can jump back to a tab.
You wanna? Okay, wait. You wanna go to the? It's 12:10. You wanna do 10 minutes about the episode format because I think we kind of know what you want to do. Just kind of make sure we are on the same page, and then go to the social media strategy, and then we go to the overall promotion plan. Cool. Okay. So let's take 10 minutes for the. I think the show format. I think we started it now. Like we have 5 minutes each. Show how was your day? How was your week? What was your
Something that we didn't. Oh, that thing.
Yeah, I think because I think it's nice because it brings you to the conversation. Look at you with all your sketchy things.
Papers and stuff and pens. One someone from the girl thing, the Supergirl thing, made a Supergirl pen.
Ah, that's Rodan. She has a new brand.
Yeah.
Peaceful.
We called all that stuff. We went to like the launch or whatever.
Oh,
just to be supportive.
amazing. Huge shout out to Rodan. Congratulations on your new e-commerce retailer brand, King Skull.
And they gave us this free pen, which I think looks like tiny testicles.
I knew you would take
So I call it my boner pen.
Ah, that's nice.
Anyways,
That's nice.
I use it.
I'm actually very proud of her because she launched with this whole thing. It's like a new brand, close brand.
No,
And
it's really cool. I saw
and-
that
and-
Maria
I
wore
think-
like the stuff and she did some pictures with it. She
Yeah,
mentioned it. Nicole and I went
did-
there.
I think she really she nailed the niche that she's in very, very well. And she doesn't come from a marketing background, but I think she nailed the niche of like who are the people that will resonate with her clothes.
Yeah, I'm wondering what she's gonna do with it next. Like I was there to launch and I saw those stuff.
I
And it looks nice.
actually think that everything that is like women / mom jokes in a way, or just like kind
It's the
of
concept of working women are not this cookie cutter kind of
Exactly.
thing. We're this new age woman, right? So there's
exactly.
like,
So I think with that product line itself, you can run by a year now because you start with Tel Aviv. And it's it's gonna take like 6, 7, 8
Yeah,
months.
but I'm
to get
interested
to
to see.
Sabra
No, that's fine. I just want to see where she's going to plug it. Like, if she was going to take this product and let's say get it into some place, where would it be and when would it
Wait,
be?
I know her. Do you want her? I have an idea.
I don't know if she has that plan. We want to work out a plan for her. But we have Michal's a selfie with her. That Michal's like good friends with her from.
She's her kid is my kid. God, and we're friends.
Oh, someone else from Wix told me they're like, I think the podcast you do is with this guy from my gun, and I was like.
Yeah, we have a mom from Clicktail. I have another dad from Moose.
This woman from Wix. So
Yeah.
she was like, yeah, it was fine.
Yeah, we're basically creating like a
It's
small.
all your kindergarten.
We're raising the next growth thing. Yeah, that's
Come
fine.
like a selfie with her.
So wait, I can speak with her, and this is what we can answer on the 5th episode. What she would do. That would be the question. I can talk to her if it's interesting.
Oh, right.
If you have ideas for it. Anyway, so
Okay, so for the format, 1 second. So before we jump into the actual format, we have a group that we created on WhatsApp that I created. I created.
it's 2 people. It's a
I know, it's just. It's,
But it'll be
the
like a
idea
regular
is-
conversation.
We could probably invite other people to like throw in questions if we wanted, but the idea is to kind of turn around and say, this is where we centralize anything that comes up with ideas that have to do with the show. So, I can again, as like last time, I kind of came up with a whole bunch of questions and thoughts of like what I would like to discuss and put in there. But I just want that to be like a place where we hesitant, so that we have all these questions that come during the day, like something's happening. Put it out there.
What I would really love to do is that we start asking people for questions. Because I want this to be like a marketing advice. I don't want it just to be like whatever happened in our week. And I think
I think that what we meet day to day, or what we meet with other people, concerns or questions other people have.
Yeah,
we
but
collect
it's,
them.
but yeah, so
You can even write like, Al wrote this and they asked me this and this and this and put it in.
yeah, so the same thing we did with Rada and with this, but the problem is that
That's funny if you put a sign in the gun about that. Like you just put up on the wall. Any mothers who have questions of high tech and marketing?
No, but what I really want to start this community with our.
So that's Twitter, as far as, and that's not. I don't know how to.
It doesn't matter if it's like on personal, email, Twitter. We're gonna talk about it because I've been approached by 3 different people to be interviewed in our podcast, high profile people.
Okay, interesting.
So like we have.
Do they listen?
Yeah,
they're cool with like.
We have the CEO of Car2Go. She wants to be on the podcast.
Interesting.
We have. I spoke with the guy from Yotpo. They did a redesign for their website and increased.
Yeah, I saw their.
So
they did a beautiful article about like.
So he wants to come in. He's gonna talk about.
What's his name? Omer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I already spoke with him, and he's like super into it.
Cool.
We have the Pornhub guy.
Yeah, I don't. He didn't send me the shit, which is kind of bumming me out. But I can't wait to do a selfie where you and I are just doing a selfie with the computer that has Pornhub on it, and I'll blur out the cocks and stuff.
So we actually have a list of people who want to jump into the podcast.
My dad does this thing where he'll call my grandma on FaceTime and just show everyone at the table if we have a family dinner, which doesn't usually happen often, but he'll do it. So the other day he did it, and I quickly took my phone and opened Pornhub, and then I was just like, my dad goes, oh, and here's Yoni, and I was like,
wait, focus. We have 6 more minutes to talk about format.
Okay, so we have the intro.
I think it should be 5 to 6 minutes.
Then we have song.
What?
What?
Song?
Yeah, intro song. Song.
No, okay, no, so we have episode intro.
Yeah, that's your.
Okay, episode intro,
You don't see
song.
this box.
Song.
And then we have
And then we have like how was your week, which will drag you into the conversation, right? Or introducing guests, whatever. And then
if we do this as introducing guests, how do we introduce a guest?
So introduce guests would be something like
name,
like today we have here
position.
Yeah. Yeah. Name, position,
company.
And then I think we need to have like what are you working on right now? That would be like the segment. Like a few minutes.
So like what's new?
Yeah, what are you in charge in the company, maybe?
That's position.
No, because I'm the CEO I'm the CMO. Okay.
First of all, you say CMO or CEO, but if you say I'm in charge of marketing,
so I'm in charge of marketing. Okay. So what does it mean? So I do this and this and this and this and this.
No, I'm not gonna say that. What does it mean? That he's gonna give me the title. I want to know what's new.
No, what have you done? So what are you working on recently? Or what are the things that you're like most proud of?
Actually, it's mostly like I want to kind of pull. Well, let's think for a second.
I want to
go into the discussion from that question.
I kind
of want to be like, what's
I want to get his area of responsibility because that's where people can resonate with. So what do you do? So this means that I'm in charge of directing into social media, lead acquisition, and recently we've done a web redesign. Oh, that's cool. Let's talk about web redesign.
Seems cheesy. Kind of want to be like, what's the newest thing? Like, what is up? What is going on with what you're doing? And then you'll be like, we just redid our website. And they're like, okay, so let's go with that.
I need to have a little bit more context about what this person is in charge of in the company. Because that's where people say, oh, I have the same job, or I have the same thing. It doesn't have to go into internal social media, we're doing this, website doing this.
Yeah, but that's what they're going to take it. So you have to find a better way
No,
to
but we have a pre-conversation with them. We can say, okay, so we talk a little bit about what you do. We want to talk about the website in this episode. So talk about the things that you've done or you're in charge of. And then say something, hey, recently we also did a redesign.
I feel like if someone says, I'm a content manager or social community manager or whatever, you're going to kind of know what they do.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So like I kind of don't, like if someone says I'm the CMO and they go, well, so what do you do?
So,
and
yeah,
they're like, well, I'm in charge of acquisition and this. He's not going to talk about the individual stuff. Be like, so like I would be like, I might ask something weirder than that. I'd be like, if he's the CMO or if he's the creative director or something like that, I might ask him, what's the coolest campaign? What's the campaign?
Yeah, but I think that the follow-up question, like they need to have like their short intro, then we need to have our follow-up question which starts directing them somewhere. And then
we need like one more buffer question, you're saying?
Yeah, it has to be like a mini conversation. You know what I mean? You don't go straight to, so what did you do recently? Because that's also boring. You need to bring him into
No,
the
I just don't want it to sound too marketing-ish.
No, but
You're having a conversation.
you need to give him a bit more space so we can joke around and we can like get our DNA. Because like for example, what happened with Ilana on this episode was that we have her thing, she didn't know that as much, and we didn't even give her the opportunity to almost to be part of it.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the things, I'm going to say this now, but one of the things that I noticed that we've done quite a lot, which is kind of classic for us, is that we interrupted her quite a lot.
Oh fuck yeah, we do.
And
because I get bored.
no, but like no, it's because we did the same to one another. But with her, I actually felt that we were kind of toxic masculinity kind of thing. That we were turning this thing into a bro scene, and she was like, "Oh, she wanted to be serious." We're like, "Yeah, buddy," and that was not cool. And at the end, I think we kind of moderated it.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, we're very much interrupting her the whole time, and I didn't like it at all. Anyway, but okay, so we need to.
No, but for me, the way I do it is, you'll say that, and then my brain goes, okay, why did I interrupt her? And so then why?
It doesn't matter. No, wait, no.
It does matter because why? You're gonna find the solution. So in my head, I'm going like this: we interrupted her. Why did I interrupt her? I interrupted her because her tone of voice wasn't right for the type of humoristic value that we try to add into our thing. And then I turn around and say, well, how can I do it in a way so I don't interrupt her, but then I can add that humor? So if she's going to be something dry and be like, acquisition marketing, I do da 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 da, then I feel an urge to make it entertaining.
Yeah,
so now, how do I fix that? Maybe the solution is, when I'm asking the person, depending on what the person is asking a question, I have very short questions, like very to the point questions that I ask them to kind of not let them dwell too much. I'm doing the same thing with you. I know it sounds mean, but it's not supposed to sound. There's like sometimes you're talking about something and it's kind of going and it's going and it's going, and now we kind of like you're giving value. I'm interested too. In the last episode, I sat there completely quiet for a long period of time, and I was like, oh shit, I need to get back in this because I was listening and I was interested, but I was like, okay, there needs to be some sort of.
I agree, but we both need to moderate between where we enhance the narrative versus interact, because
I also think that we need to be very careful with who we bring on the show, not only by the
yeah,
title, but
100%,
how entertaining.
No, 100%, but there'll be two things. First of all, not every interesting person that has, because here's the thing: there's entertainment value and there's marketing value. And a lot of the time when you go into the marketing value, it's not going to be that entertaining, it's going to be informative. And we have to know that it's okay for the in-between would be boring, because the boring is where people get the marketing value.
That's bad.
It's not bad. It's
bad.
No.
Because when you read a book or you go to a presentation,
but
and the guy's giving you a marketing value, but he's doing it in a way that entertains you.
Yeah, but the entire environment is fun. But when we talk about the strategy or how you do things, it's not boring because that's where you actually learn. And even, you know what, when you read a book and it's like how to, when you read a blog post that is a how to, you sit down and take notes. You're like, I'm not entertained by this. No, I want to get more traffic to my website. I want to see how they do it. Oh, they did a redesign. I want to see how they do it. And I feel that there's a fine line between making it fun and actually blocking people from getting the actual value that they want. And if, for example, it's going to be Yoav or whoever is going to answer how they did the redesign, and they don't get to tell the whole story from start to finish, because we made it funny, and instead of answering 15 minutes, that would be kind of monotone but high value.
No, but that's
we turn this into like 32 minutes because we have to interrupt him. Then that doesn't make sense. I would rather him have the 15 cohesive minutes where he tells the story step by step, and with us the questions. So we need to interact with interesting questions, not with comments and turn this into a whole different story and make fun of it. The questions can be funny. We can add kind of funny comments, but we need to make sure that the story keeps on going. One of the things that we talked about in the last episode, and that bottom made a joke about this was the Instagram thing. We talked about the marketing thing, the Facebook marketing. We were into it, and then we went to the Instagram story. You talked about some Instagram story thing, and it was just we did this in front of him. We could have ended the question like 2 more minutes, but you did this, and then I had to go back and do the whole context again.
Yeah, but the reason I did that is because it was whatever it was.
But the
was
interruption was
long.
very the interruption was very long. And instead of like doing a quick question or turn around or make me close my story, because that's the thing, we don't close stories, we just kind of diverse into something else. We need to close an answer, you then do something else. I agree with you that the answer was way too long, maybe. I 100% agree with you that maybe you were right.
Maybe.
No, but the thing is that what we need to do is get closure on that question versus just trying to pull it in another direction.
So that's why I'm saying if we give something like a limit to how long an answer can
But it has to be time limit, but it also has to be dynamic. We have to understand each other when it's time to close it up. So if, for example, you would cut me off and say, so for example, so actually what you're saying is 1, 2, 3, I would say, yeah, cool, okay, let's go. And then you can say, okay, I think we should move to the next question, what do you think? And it's okay. But what we do is that we talk each other with stories or jokes, and then like it never ends. And that's where we don't feel that the episode is giving value because we never get closure to that question. What we did really well in the first episode is that we got closure.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
And what I think is that we both need to control ourselves because that's what we're doing on the conversation. And we're doing this right now. We're not letting each other, like I'm not letting you finish this section, I'll keep going, and you instead of making me say, okay, we got it, let's move on, you're iterating on what I'm saying. Because we got a punch.
I got it. I'm just.
But I can keep going.
No, the reason I'm letting you keep going is because I'm thinking, what are you missing to be able to sum up his story if he's telling us and get us close to the answer? I don't necessarily know if I'm the person to go, okay, so let's just sum that up. It's 1, 2, 3.
It's both of us. No, it's,
Yeah.
it's like who's ever answered the question.
But it's also like, okay. I just think we just need to be more aware of the time on our thing.
It's time and structure.
No, I get it. Just saying, if you know that you have up to 5 minutes to answer a question,
Yeah.
then you know which stories to include onto it, which things that are going to be important to have to kind of push it forward.
Right.
It's the same thing I had with the Alzheimer thing. I came to my Instagram story and I was about to just say it was my mom's anniversary and talk about Alzheimer, and then I kind of like took 2 minutes to reform that so I can have it less stories and more effective, like as a story. So I turned around and said, Instagram stories is awesome. I love doing it. It's really great because these things disappear, but the content still stays in my mind. So it's valuable to you because you get an insight to what's happening. It's less valuable to me because I own it forever. And I kind of spin it off. But that's only because I said, take what you got to say and limit it now.
Yeah, because you were able to edit yourself. The problem is that we're not able to edit ourselves pre-made because we're talking about it as we go. But it's about dynamic and
I think that's okay also, but I want to know like also, that might be even better to take a stop in the middle of our conversation.
Yeah.
And just like, and then I can edit those stops out if I need to.
Yeah.
I
I also think that you and I both need to learn how to ask better questions. Or how to get better at asking questions. I'll explain.
to a guest or
to each other. Again, we don't ask each other questions. We almost never. We just topic with another discussion instead of asking questions to direct the narrative to finish it. That's the main thing. So we each go to a run. Everyone is kind of, I have to stop me, versus I have to narrate this somehow with him.
Yeah, but I feel like that's because we don't really have a full plan of what we're talking about before.
You never have it.
Why not?
Because
you can list the last time's questions can be written down now. We can understand we're doing the intro thing.
But once we overthink the questions, once we overthink the questions, we give crappy answers on the podcast. It's the same thing with the beer episode.
No, the beer episode that was because we couldn't talk about the real thing. It was kind of like scary not to touch it.
No,
yeah, because the conversation we had on the phone beforehand, I knew what the client was. It was easy for me to flow with it and say what I wanted to say. But I think that just knowing the question beforehand gives me enough time to kind of like research and hone down what my answer would be. I have questions for you. I have things like that. Even the thing about the rivalry thing, I know why I would ask questions. I can introduce that in an interesting way. But I'd like to understand, how do you create this and this? And I'm sure you'd like to have at least 5 minutes to take a second and breathe and understand the question and say, wait, how can I create rivalries in here in Israel right now with companies that are doing the same thing that could both benefit?
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So that's the question. You don't have to actually answer me. You just prepare yourself for it and say, how am I going to present that within 5 minutes, including 5 to 8 minutes.
Let's try it.
Okay.
Let's try it. What we can also do is we can poll people before we do the show what question you want us to answer.
I don't know. Do these things really work?
Like
I wish I had like 10,000 followers on my Instagram that I can poll. I don't even ask you know the question thing that you used that people are using now on Instagram.
I use it all the time.
I know I don't use it because I figured no, but I figured people will ask me questions.
I just posted this on
How many
Facebook.
do you have? More than me? More than me?
Listen, I just posted so I'm doing a course right now, IDB blogging framework with content distribution. So I just asked this on Facebook right now, spontaneously with a poll. I got 27 answers, which is not a lot. Votes, but it gets me a direction, you know what I mean? Also, like what you also have to think about this is that when you start doing it, it grows. You know what I mean? There's two things that happens when you do the poll thing. One is that you get to ask people the way I usually look at social media and how we kind of choose content strategies and direction is that I always look for audience feedback. So even if I'm asking this thing and I get 5 people answering me, 4 of them said question A versus question B. So I'm going to go with question A, and I know I'm going to refine that, and I'm going to grow my audience because I'm listening to what they want to get more and more and more. So I'm going to produce better content, it's going to grow bigger. And also the way you accustom them to asking questions, and you're going to answer more. And the last thing, which I think is the most valuable one, if 12 people said, I want to have question A answered, when the episode is up, I can text all these 12 people saying, hey, you voted for this. Eat your own shit. No, like here's our answer. And you get them involved, and that's what kind of build the initial followers. Okay, I'm actually going to do this promotion time. Okay. So let's find out the structure because this has been taking 9 minutes over time.
Okay, so we have an intro, music, then we have what's up, anything new, interesting story moment,
right,
and then hopefully some sort of segue.
Yeah, into question number 1.
Into question number 1.
Right.
Q1.
I think a question should be 12 minutes answer, and I will try to put in 2 questions per episode. 12 to 15 minutes.
I won't go 15. I would try to keep it around. I feel like we're gonna skim over 8. I mean, I want to say 8.
8 minutes?
Yeah.
Way too short.
Do you remember how much time things like it's like we if you want the episode to be 45 minutes, right? The intro, it takes a certain amount of time. The audio, it takes a certain amount of time. If we have a 30-minute thing, and adding on the intro, the music, and stuff, that's 45 minutes.
Okay. It's going to be 45 minutes episode.
So I'm not sure the 15 minutes, we're also going to have segues and stuff, right? They're going to pop up in between.
Listen, it doesn't make sense. Here's the fun value of the entertainment. It doesn't make sense that over 50% of the episode would be fun. This sounds like really dark.
No, it's fine. I think it's okay.
You can't have fun for 50%.
I can't.
You have to be sad.
No, but
like the main value of this, we have to remember that the main value people are getting out of it, or the ongoing value, is that they learn something. And this is kind of a strategic decision to make. If we think we're the funniest, hilarious couple of people in the world, and we want to be very funny as a punch, then it should be over 50%. But if not, the actually marketing advice and creative advice should be 50% at least of the episode. So I think 30 minutes and 15 minutes around it, intros, funny, nice, I think that's a good percentage. 8 minutes for answer is nothing.
no, I'm not saying that. I understand what you're talking about. You're saying, oh, we have this huge thing of the episode, we should split it in half, and I wanted to. I mean, it's very logical. But my thing is, I'm saying, if I'm going to let you talk for 5 minutes straight, let's say, where you hone down the answer, and then on top of that, I'm obviously going to throw in some funny stuff there, then we need to know that within 8 minutes, we've answered the question. And, you know, like,
But not, so.
You're right, I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying, like,
We literally have
I
never
don't know
had
how to
anything
structure
done
it.
in 8 minutes.
I know that. I'm saying, I'm trying to figure out how do I structure it in a way where I know that I'm getting the answer, you're able to talk, and I'm throwing in a story there, and or something like that to try to.
15 minutes. 10 minutes serious answers, 5 minutes around.
I don't know how we structured that though. I guess it's still structured. Fine, whatever. We move on. 15 minutes.
But I think what's really important is this is structured as a question, and what we do is structured as an answer. And by the end of this, what we really get is like the person who asked the question got his answer and can actually work forward with it. Okay? And then like an outro. Now the next thing I want to do, I'm adding to the task list, right? Is like research good outros. And also do research good liner notes. Okay?
What? Good research. What was the first thing you said?
Outro and liner notes.
What else an outro?
Like, hey, thanks everybody for listening, subscribe, review. I want to see if there's like a good structure that people use.
Okay.
Right, I'm basically gonna, like, I'm guessing for the growth one, the review, subscribe, so is the best one. But I just want to listen to a few ones and write notes if there's anything to add there. I will.
Okay.
Okay, so episode checklist, are we done? Why? You look baffled.
No, this is very formatted to me, and this is not. And I get that it's supposed to be fun and entertaining and answer a question. I'm just trying to figure out how do I make this so I know that I'm checking within a certain amount of time that you're getting closer to the answer, or maybe a certain amount of time where we sum up into 3 or 4
I think just that we
questions.
just need to have like a clock that we can actually see.
Yeah, we have it on the thing.
No, but I don't see it on the thing.
Okay.
Start 15 minutes and 15 minutes. Start. Just to be time aware. Stories like an answer, 15 minutes, 5 of it can be fun.
No,
10 minutes have to be
no,
serious.
I get that. We got that. But the question is, it's like, let's say you break that down. So you say, in the last, if you get to 10 minutes, right? At 10 minutes, you stop and you say, okay, now we need to sum this up into the points.
The sum should be 2 minute stops.
Yeah, but we're never gonna end up having it in 2 minutes. It's gonna be, let's sum this up. So we got 1, 2, 3. And this is my gonna be like 3, and then like, okay, maybe, and then like, so this is the main things.
I think we should just try and see.
Okay, I'm just saying like this sum up. How do you answer a question correctly? That's what I'm turning around and saying in my head. That's what I was thinking. So I'm like saying, okay, so you have points in the end, which is the summary, right?
You have a beautiful handwriting.
Thank you. I do.
Like the letters are all wrong, but
No, everything's it's dyslexia, but it's all beautiful.
Like you wrote cat instead of summary.
Maybe that it's a funny intro to question.
Yeah.
So that can take up to 5 minutes.
Yeah, and I also think we shouldn't be afraid of basically saying, okay, so that I think that was a good answer. You want to answer one more question? Yeah, sure. Let's see. So we have this asking. You know what I mean? Like it's not like this is the thing. We can just answer the questions. So we don't have to
I
get
guess also once we have real people asking questions, it's a little different than us answering questions that we kind of have or come up with.
Yeah.
Because it's like if I knew that I have Jessica's asking me a question and I know that Jessica's asking me this, then I know that I need to end up having something she can actually do something with.
Right.
And we're
Also,
not-
by the way,
we're discussing the question unless
I think we can decide in the episode where we want to discuss a question, like something we have, and we can either frame it as a question that I have for you or you have for me, and we treat it as somebody else asking a
it's
question.
no, it's not a question. It's
Wait,
a discussion.
So and if you want to do an episode with a discussion,
We can actually we can switch up
One
piece
question
of
and one discussion,
Yeah,
exactly.
we just need to know also the format of discussion is, like, because I'm not coming to you to say what could be the successful driver.
no, it's just like what
I'm
you
just saying, what do you think and how can it be done, let's say, right now, if you're sitting with a client, how are you
Yeah,
gonna pitch
but
to
even
them
if we
to
discuss-
fight with a.
Yeah, but even if we discuss something, we at the end we have to summarize it as what are the benefits or why.
Yeah. No, of course.
So that's it. It's okay. It's okay. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Let's
We're
move
good.
on.
We don't really know how we're gonna handle the interview though.
Thank you so much for joining us. The interview, I think what we do with most of this,
So it's
we
really
give
hard
it,
to remember people's names.
no, we give them time to. I would tell the story.
I kind of want to say
and then answer the
beforehand, I
question.
was saying beforehand, what are the points you want to, like, before
Yeah,
I
we-
say, these are the questions I need to know, so I can lead you to where you want to have.
Interviews need to be more structured in terms of setting questions, saying, okay, this is like, so we want to talk with you about the website. Okay, so we want to get the
So let's say
process.
the moment you say Yoav is on the board, right, like that we're interviewing him, let's say next episode,
What do you
and I
think?
go to his article and I see what are the main points, I clarify that with him. We have to have like a half an hour call with the person before we ever have him.
I would just send an email.
I would do a call just to hear.
I think.
I also want to hear if he's dry when he talks about the thing.
Yeah,
Do
but
you hate giving time? How long does it take you to write an email? It takes me fucking hours to
it
write an
takes
email.
me.
When I get to the point of subject, I'm screwed.
Listen, I'll tell you what I'm seeing. I'm seeing my calendar and I'm seeing 2 hours podcast recording. I see 30 more minutes conversation with somebody on the phone. I see promotion, and I see basically 6 hours of chunk of my
Yeah, I get it.
time goes. Not it's.
Maybe I'll talk with him on the phone. No, because the honest thing
This
is
is I think first of all, phone calls. Let's coordinate a phone call, and then you do the call, and then you have to write notes as you do the call. So you don't, and you waste so much time instead of saying, hey, these are the line notes for the podcast, or hey, like what are the 4 things you want to talk about when you did, or what is the main thing that you want, because you want to get them to talk about what they want to talk about as well, so they won't be dry about it.
Yeah, but most of these people are working for a company.
So-
So they're not turning around and saying, how am I promoting myself to get out of this company where they're going to be
I don't want
super
to promote
passionate
myself.
about it.
No, but I want to. They're proud about.
No,
who
you're
we are.
saying, yeah, that's the thing.
We're not.
about
We're
it.
not bringing people that are like hating their jobs.
No, but are they proud of their work or are they trying to promote their company?
No. So the question is when we
Because I was
ask.
sitting with Taya, right? And I was like saying, and she's like, oh, I'd love to be interviewed on your podcast. And I was like, listen, like, we might, like we've had discussions not saying the company name,
Yeah.
where we're discussing like, is it what you're doing is right or wrong? Is
Yeah,
it the right direction?
but so in the email, so what we can do is we can set up a template email. We say the podcast, we do this and this, we talk about this and this. That's the tone of voice. You should be aware, and these are the questions we want.
Would you tear anyone ever? Not tear, like ask the questions that you really want to ask.
It really depends, because first of all, because it's a market, because this is not a business podcast, it's a marketing podcast. So like at least and unless I'm getting somebody who has like a really bad campaigns or whatever, but then I would also ask like why do I want to bring them to the podcast? I want to bring like people who I think are doing interesting job. So like what I would do is I would
I
love
think Haltoons is a great company. I don't think what they're doing right now, marketing wise, is 100% there.
So
I think they should change their name, for example, like stuff like that. You might not Haltoons, and now their business marketing videos. That's their main focus.
I actually think that you're thinking about it wrong. But never mind. No, but there's so I don't want to bring a company that I don't think is doing something interesting right now to talk with me, because I don't want to do 3-hour consultations for a.
But only if I can really say what I want to say.
No, but then I just
Like Waze, you wouldn't want to have Waze there?
No, I wouldn't have Waze as a client maybe.
But you wouldn't want to have Waze in the interview?
No, yes and no. But again, those are companies who actually make billions, and their market and their product is in everyone's phone. You can say they did something bad as much as you want. They obviously nailed it.
They say that. Okay, go on.
They nailed it. No, it's like why do you do marketing? To get everybody to know about your company. Everybody knows about Waze. Yeah, so they fucking won. That's it. Everything else is you amusing yourself. Can they do funnier campaigns? Maybe. Do they need them? No.
They're still running campaigns. That means they're still looking for more people to be on that thing. Doesn't mean
No, maybe it's just like brand awareness, maybe whatever it is. But
acquisition. They're doing acquisition campaigns.
I don't think Waze are doing any acquisition campaigns at the moment. Wait, Waze in America maybe.
Yeah, Israel, good luck. Fine, great. That's awesome.
But
everyone knows about mobile.
But they're fucking.
No one knows about
But
it in
Waze
America.
is a part of first of all.
Mobile is a great example. Mobile, it was bought by Intel. They made it. But wait, they're now using small PPC acquisition companies to start them off on acquisition because they're so not in any way in touch with how to do that.
So wait,
and in America, no one knows what it is.
So there are two options. If somebody from Mobile would come in and say, "Hey, I would discuss what you think we should do on the podcast," I would say, "Amazing, let's bring it." But if they have somebody who's like from the marketing team and we bring them in because they think they did a good job, I don't want to tear them down because they did a good job.
Okay, I get it.
So I think a better example would be Monday, because I think Monday were doing shitty marketing work up until recently. And when they did the rebranding from the Post to Monday, they revamped their marketing team. I think their marketing now is really good. They add content to their funnels. I think they've done this they changed the whole way their company kind of reacts to their users. And their funnel right now is amazing, and the numbers they know, and the metrics they follow is amazing. So I want to focus on that because they're doing a lot of things really, really well. And I would rather spend the time with Eran or Roy or Shirley or whoever in the team that is building up stuff than to sit down and say, you're doing this and this and this.
No, but my thing would be like, okay, great, you came up with this concept of you making posts on Instagram and on Facebook that look like they're, Apple logo or something else. And I'm like, great, that worked. What's next?
But you have to look at the bigger scale of what they do. You're going to...
No, of course. I'm going to specific because that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, but instead of going to company-wide, you're saying, hey, I saw this creative you did. And basically, if I was Elan or Shirley or whoever, I would just say, listen, we're doing, they run crazy amount of PPC tests a day, crazy amount, really high budgets. It's a test, they did this and this for us. And I remember that because one time I remember that I sent them an email. The polls used to be my clients, by the way, when they were the polls. So I sent them an email and I said, hey, I saw you did this and this. I actually don't think the advertising was. And they said, yeah, it's actually converting 33% more than this other thing, so we're gonna stick with it. So fuck me. It doesn't matter if I like the creative or not. It's working, yeah, that's it. So I would rather bring them to tell me something like, yeah, so we did this and this and this. And when you say, hey, what about this and this creative? So that would be very specific, but that's like a very narrow answer.
No, I get it. No, mine is very. I'm focused on the creative and the campaigns and what.
Yeah, but so
and for me in my head, I turn around and say, great, that worked for them now.
Wait, so
it's not going to go forever.
Yeah, but that is a dead end.
I get what you're saying.
Because what it would be really interesting to say is that having the person who has done the creatives for their campaigns over time, because they didn't bring this guy, hey, do this one thing and go. Well, maybe they did, but say, hey, how was the evolution of your creatives with your paid media? You're doing like $60,000 a day on media budget or whatever. I don't know the number. You're doing this crazy amount of marketing budget. You run obviously endless amount of campaigns. What's your process when you think about the creative? What's the process when you measure it? That's something we can learn from.
I'm with you.
So I think that's where the value would come in. Or the other way is actually someone from a big company coming up and saying, yeah, we're going to the American market, we know nothing about it.
Because actually I think it just has to do with the fuck with my brain.
What?
Because I
what's wrong versus...
Yeah, I look at what's wrong or what could be improved because I'm looking for the first thing that I can kind of attack and then fix and then move forward. So my brain is, I came to Wix, they're like, we have a landing page, it's the one landing page we use for everything. And I was like, what?
Yeah,
and then I'm like, well, we should develop that into many different ones.
But this is the head between, it's two things actually.
No, it's my thought also on meetings, I think. I go into meetings, I go into companies, I do my research, and I think, where are they going wrong? I don't think where they're going right.
Yeah, it's a different conversation. It's like positioning the story. Also, by the way, when you go into a meeting and you tell the marketing person, you suck, your company suck, your team suck, you're not going to get good collaboration with them.
No, of course not. No, I just turn around and say, you have one landing page, you're kidding me? Forex is 52 landing pages according to verticals. Right. What are you doing?
Okay.
There's a way to, whenever someone says to me, they're doing great, they're making lots of money, I think, are they making 100% of what they believe they can make, or are they making 100% of what they could be making?
No, I agree. Wait, I agree.
I don't know if that's right. Like, maybe it's the wrong way of thinking. Every time, like,
I
go to Wix and they say, oh, you're doing
that.
great right now, I turn around and go, you're doing great on what standards? Where's this high level that you know how much you could be making?
Those are very different conversations, because one is a growth conversation, one is one is troubleshooting, second one is learning experience. like whatever, for example, whatever they're doing right now, you and I both have so much to learn from what they've done over the years. Because they've won the market in Israel, 100%. They won more markets, they sold the company for a lot of money. So they might be able, they might be like not reaching 100% yet, but I think there's 72% they've reached so far. It's super interesting to learn from. Now, if I come as a consultant, right, I want to talk about the rest of the percents. I want to understand what brought them to 72, learn from it, and then think how we can scale to the next 80%, 90%. But for the podcast, or if I'm just having a conversation, the first conversation, I want to get the insights for the first 70% because that's impressive enough.
Yeah, but I don't think you're gonna get that guy on the podcast.
I think that would be the easiest person to get.
I don't think you're gonna get the guy who managed to take an idea, make it into a platform, and make that platform into a massive.
But you get to take a part of that discussion. Like
you're gonna take some guy who came in like 3 years ago.
I interviewed the guy who does the AG testing, the head of like testing for Netflix. He has over 20,000 tests running daily on their homepage alone, with an algorithm. This Asian crazy dude. So he's for me the person I want to talk with. How do you run your tests? How do you prioritize? etc.
Yeah, that's not the guy I want to talk to.
No, but it's like that's like a super growth conversation.
No,
marketing. What's your marketing approach? What have you been doing, etc.
Mine goes completely. I'm like saying, why are your movies so bad?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you this. Think of you're just like a small startup, 5 people, 4 people, didn't raise money yet, right? You get a chance to have 1 hour with a marketing person from Waze, who was here doing much better than you, right? And they have much more experience.
I want to hear how you made it in the beginning. I want to hear the beginning part. I don't want to hear the end part.
Well, if it's the same CMO, then you have it. But
I'm saying that's the problem. I don't think you're gonna get those people. You're not gonna get the person who said, "I took an idea, I went and made a product. I made a product and I had
I don't
friends
think there's
to start mapping out the maps. I did this.
So wait, but those are different conversations. Again, that's a growth conversation. That's a founder's talk. Okay. But I don't think there's any company where there's one person who did the whole thing anyway. You have somebody who can storytell the side of the company of how they did it. That's not one person. You have the how I built this podcast.
Omer did the thing where he had a talk with Omer, the CMO of Wix, had a thing where he did a talk with I think 18 people. 18 people could sign up. So I signed up. I sat there and he told a story about how they called him in, they came up with the idea, they called him in, and they started doing marketing campaigns. Marketing campaigns, really small ones, adorable ones that you would think is cute for someone who just learned how to do good campaigns. And then he turns around and someone sends an email to them saying, okay, how much would it cost for me to take off the bar on the bottom that says made on Wix? And he came into a meeting with the CEO, and he's like, listen, someone wants to pay to remove it. They're like, wait, someone wants to pay to remove it? That could be our revenue. And then someone goes, they go, how much? Or they run it back. They're like, wait a minute. So they run back. He goes, how much would you pay to remove it? And they're like, I don't know, $10. And he's like, runs back to them. He's like, you pay $10. So let's ask for 15. And then go back to like $15 to remove it. And that's how they started off. And it was like, that is fucking awesome.
Yeah, but that's.
But then if I go to someone like in a startup, and you hear that, and you're like, okay, that's
so. So wait, but so if you're interviewing like a growth person, that's one thing, because that's a growth talk. That's not a marketing talk. And so you can either go. It's a matter of where the podcast DNA is, because you have like you know how I built this, the NPR podcast. So this guy's interviewing like top founders like the Airbnb, WeWork, stuff like that, and then tell you that story.
Yeah.
There may be people.
Do you think that the people that we have as listeners are going to want to hear how?
No, it's
campaigns.
I think like our audience will be super excited to have those people, but I don't think this is what the podcast is about, because we're a marketing podcast.
Yeah.
And
so on my side, I have like another one that's more marketing compared to that would be the camera bag company I was working with wanted to do a competition. They wanted more ideas for a camera bag, so they turned around and they said, we're going to do a competition for people to draw out or design their bag, send it in, and if they send it in, the winner will create his bag for him, right? Perfect camera bag. So they do it, and they're getting a little bit of drops or whatever, and then one of them says, oh, I know this blog, it's like a camera blog called DP Photography or whatever it is. So he goes and talks to this guy, and he's like, could you put the competition on your blog? And the guy was like, yeah. And all of a sudden they had like 7,000 things from people, and people really sketched it out. So they had 7,000 ideas for new bags that people wanted, and they could see the features that people were doing. The winner got his thing, but they actually ended up having.
So I want to tell that story.
That's a story. It's a marketing story that I want to hear.
But that's the angle.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
what I love. The guy from Yoko, that's what I want to hear tell. This is what I want to do. This is what I started doing. This was the process. This is the result. This is the process we went through. That's what I want to hear.
Okay, cool.
By the way, versus, you can have like Justin, the data analyst, who was doing growth at Yoko before, from early on, who does the data analysis for Starter right now. Well, he actually is a freelancer and works with us. He's an amazing data analyst guy. So he can tell you the first days of Yoko. So that can be the same conversation. It's the same company, it's very different, interesting conversations. Both are legit, But eventually you frame it around one story. Because this is like, it's not founder's talk, it's about how you have to focus on one thing and improve. You know what I mean?
Okay. Alright, sorry. We kind of like.
So, what we're talking about, so when you cook rice, the way you do it. Okay, so we have 7 minutes. That's okay. So let's talk about social media for a second.
Okay.
Go to the social media strategy tab. Tab. I say tab always, but it's tab. Right? Tab is fine.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Don't fill with tab. Social media
It's
strategy.
like social media.
Show your tab right now. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna wait. I want to expand on this. Because this will tell you literally nothing.
Channels. I would go the other way around. Channels, and then each one, what we need to have for each one.
No, I'll explain why. Story trumps format.
I'm sorry, what?
Story trumps format.
They're actually referencing Trump.
No.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, so I'm thinking about the categories of content you want to create. Okay? I'm gonna.
Story trumps format.
Alright. You basically take your story and then you repurpose the way you tell it based on format.
Yeah, of course. That's why I said if I put channel on the other side and I write Instagram, then I have 5 things that show up there, and then I write Facebook and I have 4.
No, I want to
and
say,
then there's 2.
so I want to say what's the story? What is the message we want to get across? And then say, okay, how would I tell this story on Instagram? How would I tell this story in Instagram stories? How would I tell the story on Facebook? How would I tell this on Twitter?
Okay.
Okay? I feel like we need to have show notes for this recording.
To sum up.
To sum up what we learned. So for example, wait, no.
Sharing's gonna happen.
No, so let's talk about listen to our podcast. No, this is channels is everything on everything.
Oh, you don't want to separate? Like, I don't think you're gonna need all these things for LinkedIn.
Of course you know LinkedIn. So let's take the first one. Listen to our podcast, for example. Okay.
Okay.
Let's do Instagram stories for a second. Instagram
It's weird I don't see what you're writing.
No, you just say it when I finish.
Yeah, why?
Because it sucks. Something like my math is so off.
Usually, by the way, I see what people are writing.
No.
Yeah, I write documents with people.
So wait, so let's say listen to our podcast.
They see me misspelling and shit.
So check this out. I want to show you something.
This is our podcast.
So for example, I have this.
By the way, I changed the way I did mine a little bit. I don't know if it was. I just wanted to try something else.
Okay, so we have, for example, this. This is like a very one thing we can do. We can do so much different things too.
Yes.
So
I add on to it 101 GIFs.
no, because I saw it. But what you can, but
I can also change the background photo to ridiculously hilarious things.
wait, focus with me, please.
Alright.
So we have some like we can do listen to our podcast. This is a shout out to listen to our podcast. We can do listen to our podcast and then do like a list of places you can listen to the podcast. Right? Like you can do so many variations of this, which has.
Why is this first? Why would you start with the first thing that you have? You have 3 different images there. You have new podcasts out, then you have main highlights for
Okay,
then you listen to the podcast.
okay, so for example, wait. I'm thinking about how to structure this. I'm gonna add one more column, right? Format. Okay, so let's say we have still image. Then we have sequence, right? Okay.
The sequences.
So sequence. So
You
this
have audio on top of the
no.
image of the
So
microphone.
sequence. For example, this one is a sequence because when you do, are you ready? You have to sort this out.
Oh, I don't do that.
In this one, we talk about listen, subscribe.
I just skipped that one. Why do I need it?
I didn't even know. That's a sequence for me.
What the fuck is a sequence?
Story. I have like 4 stories built same story.
I take out the one that you showed first. I don't even have it.
So I do the whole thing because I know that's setting the stage up for a. So I know.
I know.
So in terms of the statistics, I know this. Once when you do a one-off, like a one still image or a story that is like a narrative that is based on 1 15-second story, the next one you're gonna get a drop like 20 or 15% to the next story. When you do a narrative for video, same concept,
Okay.
you retain more users per video, and then after the sequence is over, you then lose the 15-20%, which you would lose in one video before. So for example, if you do, hey, I have an announcement to make. Wait for the next story. I'm gonna blow you away. Next story is, so today we're gonna launch a new blah 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 blah. Next video. So this will include 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go check out our website right now. Those 4 videos are gonna get very low share between video to video. The whole sequence this is one sequence. When you move to the next sequence, you're gonna lose the 50%. But when you so there's a difference between like I can just.
If I would have not had that white one, I'd do the 3. That's not enough.
The what?
The white one that you had there. The first screen that you showed.
That we need to test it out. I don't know if
Alright.
but so for example, that we can like if we have 3 variations of something like this, like basically the message is listen to our podcast. So you can throw them around everyone. Like I can throw them around 4 times a week in my stories throughout the day sometime. Or if I have a sequence for it, I can throw that sequence in the story whenever I want. You know what I mean? So what I want us to create basically is that I want us to create understand which creatives do we need per one. So we have new episodes out, right? So or we have the let's say in this episode we talk about. So we can have something like this. We can have a video where you and I say today we're gonna talk about in this episode that what we said on the and
Mark.
yeah, and like we can do this in different design, right? We can also do this as a sequence. In episode 3 we talk about number 1 headline takeaways, slide 3 topic takeaways. You know what I mean? So what we need to do is that I just want to pre-plan so we'll know what we need to create per episode, and then we can have content around the week for that.
Okay.
Are you good or are you?
No, I'm with you. I'm just.
Or you're like crushed in terms of tired of.
No, not at all. I'm thinking because I'm saying to myself, okay, sequence thing you said was interesting, and I said to myself, okay, the 15% drop will happen after the sequence. What kind of thing? What defines a sequence? So if you did the microphone and the talk, do we keep the red bar on the bottom so that they have a consistency visually as a sequence? You know, these kind of things. That's what I'm thinking about. In my head.
It just has to. So
I understand like talking about the same thing.
So-
I do that.
okay,
But
so-
I see the drop anyway.
So
within
there's a
the
top-
third or second
yeah,
thing.
so there are there's tons of things. This is where it goes to kind of micro ideas, which is for me it's always hard to plan ahead because you can do this. New episode is out. Tap on the right to see what it's about, and you drive the action. Then you tap it. But you can also do it without it, and still gonna get the same sequence because it's the same narrative,
Okay.
right?
No, I think that the visual, I think, is what makes the sequence.
Yeah.
So
I think it's
like, it
consistent.
needs to
It's
have
consistent in a way.
Yeah, so it needs to, let's say, have that red bar on the bottom to kind of create this consistency, and I can.
No, but it's because the design is so similar. Listen, because the design here is so similar, it creates the consistency.
No, I know, but I was talking about the mic. If you put the microphone in there instead,
Yeah.
where he's talking, I need to leave some sort of visual consistency so that they feel that it's a sequence.
Yeah. So you want to start with mapping the easy ones, and then we'll add like the harder ones.
Yeah, whatever. Just I know. Okay, so I get that I'm very micro when it comes down to this stuff, because topless I need to know what I can do when I get home in front of my computer.
Yeah.
I love thinking very high ground, but then shit doesn't
Right.
happen. So I'm like saying, just kind of want to know what it is.
So
we
this
need
is
to
what we
do.
need to do now. Let's add.
So if we take the first image, what are the options and how do we change it so it doesn't seem stale from week
wait
to
a
week?
second, I want to see.
If you want to be able to repost this several times